Morning. North Diary, week, I don't even know what week it is. I haven't done a North Diary for a little while, so I thought we'd have a little walk and talk and just chat about what's been going on, what's on my mind, and perhaps a few opinions about things. That heap of shit is in the garage tomorrow, Thursday. If you'll have seen the video last week, which was where I tried to drive it to Spain and it broke down at Dundee. I think it's the transfer box, but it goes into the garage tomorrow. My local garage up the road here has looked after it so far to see what exactly has gone wrong with it. But the speedo went completely. Well, that's a lie. The speedo didn't go completely. It was reading somewhere between accurate and 30 odd miles below what it should be. And the vibration was unbelievable. So I think it's a transfer box, but I'm not entirely sure. So that's in the garage tomorrow. What else has happened? Since my kidney stone in the summer, my kidneys are still not right. I have a constant aching, especially in the left one where the kidney stone was. And it's taken me moving heaven and earth to get the NHS to listen to me. I initially reached out to the doctors about 6 weeks after I had the kidney stone and said, things are still not right here. Oh, give it a bit longer, pop to the chemist and get a urine test done. So I popped to the chemist, got a urine test done, and bloody hell, I sound like my dad, don't I, going on about what's wrong with me? Jesus, someone put a bullet in me. No, don't do that. There's probably people out there that would like to. The urine test showed some blood and protein in the urine. Spoke to the doctor, couldn't care less, said come back in 6 weeks if it hasn't fixed itself. So I left it a good 2 months, and then, because you can't speak to my doctor, you have to go on their system and send them a message, and then they message you back 24 hours later. It's like doctors are not GPs anymore, are they? They're the gatekeeper to the NHS. We've got to protect the NHS from you plebs. We don't want you using up our resources. Anyway, rant over about that. Tell me your experience of the NHS below. I've got nothing but bad to say about them on every aspect. So I went back to them 8 weeks later and said, I insist you do something now, because this is not right. And the good thing with this system that they use now where you're not on the phone is that you can download the transcript. So if for instance something went wrong now and I said to them, I've tried to get you to do something and you didn't, I can sue them because I've got evidence. Anyway, they finally said, okay, we'll get you in for a CAT scan. Now, the CAT scan came in for when I was down at my daughter's graduation, and I wasn't missing that for anything, come hell or high water. So I've had to put that back 2 weeks. They also said that I should come in for a blood test, which I said, yeah, great. And then 3 weeks have gone by, I've heard nothing. So I had to send them another message yesterday to say, what about this blood test? 24 hours later, get another call from them saying, yeah, you can come in for your blood test now. So I'm in for a blood test tomorrow. And hopefully we can see what's going on. And I'm hoping it's fine, but it doesn't feel fine. I have either a constant ache or I just know my kidneys are there. You shouldn't know they're there, really, should you? So that's that. That's a bloody saga. The car's a bloody saga. My daughter's graduation was fabulous. It was a great day. It was me, my ex-wife, who I'm still on very good terms with, my son Tom, my daughter Liv, and Tom's girlfriend Melissa. And I saw them in the morning of the graduation, and we went and had breakfast together, all of us. Then we all went, because I was staying in a different place to them, obviously. All went back, got changed, met up again, walked to the graduation together, and yeah, she did so well. She got her gown and her mortarboard, and she was very nervous. We got some lovely pictures taken, but yeah, I'm very, very proud of what she's achieved. Both of them. My son works for Aston Martin in Formula One. He's done incredibly well. after screwing up his A-levels. But yeah, I'm very proud of both. It was a great day. We went out for supper afterwards, which was lovely. We had some good banter, a good laugh, some nice food and wine. But it's eye-watering how much everything costs now. You know, a supper for 5 of us was best part of 250 quid. But it was lovely. So yeah, so that was good. So I ended up, as you saw from the last video, I ended up flying down and flying back on Logan Air, which was fine. But I got back here late on the Friday night. Obviously got the heating wound up and got the house back up and running again. And it's now the following week. As you can see, it's incredibly misty at the moment and still. Just walking down the track. It's dark now. The clocks have gone back, and if you're not in the UK or in Scotland, it is now, the sun now sets here at 4:30, and it rises at 7:12, or is it 7:30? I'll put it up on the screen. But yeah, it's dark for a lot of the day now. So of course, once it gets dark, you're in the house. I got the wood burner, which is lovely, and I lit that the other day and it was beautiful. And obviously when I moved in, I had a new boiler fitted, so the heating all works beautifully. So that's all good. Look how eerie the farm is. That's the derelict farm. Pretty eerie in this sort of weather, isn't it? Loads of videos coming up for you. By now you will have seen my trip down to the south of England. You will have possibly seen the Kimpbury video, because I think I'm going to put this out next week. So you will have seen the video where I give you a tour of my home village, and you may or may not have seen the murder mystery one, where I tell you about Coombe Gibbet and the murderers that were hung on it. But after that, coming up, what have we got? We've got one about a village in Hampshire that's owned by one man who masterminded a coup in the Middle East. So if you're not subscribed and you're quite enjoying this, that's a really good one. He owns the whole village, and I used to live there, so I can tell you what it's like to live there. So yeah, if you hit the subscribe button to make sure you see that one. Oh, and also secret pipeline. I've done a video about a secret pipeline that carries jet fuel. Yep, jet fuel under your feet that you don't even know about. So again, hit the subscribe button if you're interested in that sort of thing. Obviously, it's winter now here in Scotland, so outdoor filming becomes more challenging, and certainly opportunities to get out when the weather's suitable enough to film become slightly more limited. So there may be some more opinion pieces where I sit by the fire and talk about stuff that's happening and what I think about it. Who wouldn't want more of my opinion? Don't answer that. Also got a video coming up about the reality of moving 600 miles from family and living on your own in a remote place like this, and the day-to-day difficulties that you might not think about when you decide that you're going to do that sort of thing. And at the end of the video, I tell you whether I would or wouldn't do it again. So again, you might want to subscribe for that one. I can hear my neighbour Willie out across the field. So my neighbour that way, Willie's 83. And he's been farming here for 50 years. And when I went down south, I asked him to put my bin back in. And bless him, he tied the bins to the fence with baler twine to stop them blowing away. Because bins blow away all the time here once you get a bit of wind. So yeah, he's a top man, Willie. What I might do is a bit of a Q&A. I did a Q&A about the house moving process, moving to Scotland, and I had a good response to that. Plenty of people asked questions, which I then did an answers video to. But I think I might do just a general Q&A about me, life, what it's like here, the channel, basically any questions you might want to know. So if you'd be interested in that and you've got a question for me, put it down below in the comments. Obviously put question in capital marks so I can pick them out easily, and then I'll screenshot them, and in a couple of weeks time I'll do an answers video and tell you, you know, what it's like, what I'm about, where I've been, what I've done, anything you want to know really that you might think's interesting. Of course you might think none of it's interesting and not bother asking any. That'd be a bit embarrassing, wouldn't it? Sad loser. Make a great video though, wouldn't it? You can see the headline now. I made a Q&A video but no one asked any questions. Me with a sad face. Yeah. People would click on that, wouldn't they? They'd just go, oh my God, look at this old geezer. No one even bothered asking him a question. Anyway, obviously my Spain plan went up the creek rather when the car broke down. So I'm back here in Scotland now, and I was planning to take you all with me on a driving trip around northern Spain. I was going to get the ferry from Plymouth to Santander, and then I was going to visit San Sebastian, Sanita del Mar. I plotted out loads of... northern Spain, I've never been. If you live in northern Spain or the Basque Country, my God, it looks beautiful, really beautiful. And I was really excited about taking you guys along and showing you what's what, but that's gone belly up. So I'm back in Scotland now, staring down the barrels of the winter here and wondering quite what to do next. So if you've got any outlandish suggestions, let me know. The other thing I wanted to talk about was the YouTube channel, because obviously I did the video about my views and subs and engagement generally crashing, and it seems to be right across. A lot of creators have had the same thing. YouTube have obviously decided they're paying people too much and changed how their algorithm works and how it counts a view, etc., and watch time. It has stabilised, but my income's fallen from about 130, 40, 50 a month down to about 90 to 100. So there's a third gone off of my income from YouTube straight away, which is not the be all and end all, and I'll carry on making these videos even if just to annoy you all. But yeah, everybody's sort of seen the same thing. What is interesting, and I'll show you on the screen, so take my Royal Deeside and Whiskey Country, the two videos I did there. That was 2 nights away, 2 tanks of fuel, food out, all of those things. I reckon that cost me 1, 2, 3, 4. That cost me probably about 500 quid to make those videos without any investment in software, cameras. That was just physically going and doing them, and nearly 3 days of my time. And they've done okay. The D-side one, I think, was my number 3 video for a while, so that was quite pleased with that. The Whiskey Country one, which I thought was better and had me visiting the haunted seminary, that was like number 7 out of 10, did not good at all. Interestingly, the video I did about digital ID, where I was literally standing in the field up there by a hay bale, it took me 20 minutes to record, took me about an hour and a half to edit, and I didn't go anywhere. It cost me literally nothing in fuel or accommodation. That was straight to number 1 and earned me far more money. And I just find it, I don't know whether I find YouTube frustrating or humans frustrating, because people say that they like the travel content and seeing these places, and I enjoy making that. But the reality is, what gets clicked on and what gets watched is the more controversial stuff. Well, it is controversial, isn't it? Digital ID is controversial. Some people are all for it to stop crime. Some people are totally against it. I'm in the latter camp, if you want to know. But so yeah, a video like that, the Storm Amy one, that did really well as well. That was filmed here on the property, didn't go anywhere. So yeah, it seems that the stuff that costs me money to go and make, and I enjoy making, doesn't actually do that well. The more controversial stuff, which actually gets me hate comments. One bloke said I should have my head put in a guillotine. Another one said I was controlled opposition. Another one said I was paid for them and I could off. So yeah, I had a lot of hate from that video. I call it fan mail. I had a lot of fan mail from that video. But interestingly, that's earned me loads of money compared to my travel ones. So you do wonder. I think I'll keep making the travel ones, of course I will, but I will probably sprinkle them in with some of the more slightly newsworthy, controversial subjects and just give my opinion on those. Obviously, if you don't like those, don't unsubscribe, just skip them, and because in a video or two, there'll be another video like this come along, or, you know, where we go and visit some nice places. It just goes to show how controlled everything is. So you think you're going to start making content on YouTube and you're going to put it out there and people are going to click on it and watch it and you're going to go viral. I had a little eBay business for a while, and naively when I started that, I thought that I posted something on eBay and they showed it to buyers and buyers bought it. My previous incarnation as an estate agent, we used Rightmove, and I believed that, you know, again, we advertised on Rightmove and Rightmove showed it to people, and that's how it worked. What I've come to realise with all of these big platforms is you don't control them, they control you. And effectively, you are almost working for them. You know, you make your content to either get your opinion across or to entertain people because you enjoy it. YouTube wants somebody to click on your video and stay there, and if they don't do that, it doesn't matter what you put out, YouTube aren't going to show it to someone. In the same way with eBay, I used to think it was a level playing field and you just put your item on eBay and eBay showed it to people, but I later learned that of course eBay put the listings in front of people from the sellers who have the best metrics. So for instance, if you post on time, if you have good feedback, if you don't get late postage, if you don't have complaints, if eBay don't have to step in and resolve issues between you and your buyer, those metrics push your stuff to the top. If you have 2 or 3 late postages, 98% feedback, they push your items down. So when you go to eBay to buy something, you're not seeing what you think you're seeing. You're seeing what eBay wants to show you. And to a degree, it's the same with Rightmove. You know, if you pay for promoted listings or premium listings, they're put there for people to see. So yeah, it's quite interesting. With all of these big tech companies and platforms, they control you, not you control them. One last thing, the wildlife cam. You'll never believe what we put on the wildlife cam this week. A pine marten. Here it is. I put the wildlife cam back in the front garden. It was the only thing it caught. But yeah, this pine marten, only a very brief clip. First one I've seen here in, what have I been here? 18 months nearly now, getting on towards 2 years. Seen badgers and foxes, but yeah, this pine marten was pretty cool. So pine martens in northeast of Scotland. Don't forget all the other videos coming up. Hit the subscribe button. See you on the next one. Be good. If you can't be good, be careful.